Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'll be showing you guys my customized Sluban 0366 aeroplane and terminal set. Before we get started, hit the subscribe button and comment down below what you want to see next. Let's get started. Starting with the airport slash terminal, I changed a lot of things up with this building. I moved this beam, it used to be behind this window thing here. I moved it to the side to increase the width of the terminal slightly. And I moved this beam, it used to be at the back, now it's at the front. I did this because if I was going to move this structure to the back, I'd need to have, just moving that back up there. I'd need to have a structural beam, it would be about here, which would be very awkward. So I decided just to move it completely to the front and get it out of the way. And also it would make it easier to play with. Like I said in my review, I spoke positively about the roof design of the airport, and I just wanted to make sort of an airport that was just easy to play with. Unfortunately, not so much for the first story. The lamp pole used to be here. I moved it right here, where it's sort of like a bus stop, because it just made no sense to have it over here, where it would sort of light the station at night. The flight information used to be in here. I moved it to the inside, which was something I was talking about in my review. Go check that out if you haven't already. Apart from that, I kept pretty much the same design. See this thing here, they were all identical to the, see this thing here, the international airport, this thing. They're all the same. I didn't touch them. I just kept the same design. But one thing I found strange about the terminal was that this door here, it wasn't actually connected to the floor. It was connected onto a piece like this, where it could move around. At first it was kind of cool, but it was just really impractical in the long run. Now let's have a look at the inside. In my review, I spoke very negatively about the inside of the airport. I said how it wasn't really well thought out, and the design was really just strange and impractical. But I did my best to try and fix it and give more of the impression that it's a real airport. Now, one thing you might notice right off the bat is that here is an elevator from the first story to the second story. I was gonna put stairs at first, but it wouldn't fit, and the elevator was the best option to connect the first story to the second story. I wanted to make a working elevator that would move, but I really didn't have the pieces or the space to do so. Now let's have a look at a passenger's journey through the airport. Here are the doors leading in and out to the airport. Over here, like I said previously, is where I put the flight information. I use it sort of as a barrier for the check-in line, which is over here. So the passenger would enter through here, then go ahead and check his or her flight, and then enter the check-in area. And over here, I mentioned in my review how I'd like to have a conveyor belt, like in the official Lego set of this. But I didn't have the pieces to incorporate it, so I basically just tried to use what I had and try and make it look like a conveyor belt. This here is from the second story. I took it off so you guys would get a better view. It leads to this. Yeah. It would sort of work like this. Unfortunately, I only had a white piece, so it looks kind of strange, but I am looking for another grey piece to replace it soon. But I mentioned how I didn't like this thing, but I did my best to try and change it so it would just fit in. Let's have a look at the second story now. Here's the main restaurant. I put sort of the drink machine here, the cash register, the ketchup and mustard sauces. Here's sort of like a food warmer thing. And here's the stove, where the chef would cook all the meals. And here's sort of like a cutting/preparing area, a cutting board/preparing area. Here are the dining areas. I put 2 tables, 4 chairs. Here's a better look at the elevator. Unfortunately, I didn't have 2 of these pieces, so I had to use these one stud long pieces, which sort of ruins the vibe of the elevator, but it's all I had. Now it's time to go through security. One thing you might have noticed is this thing. Yeah. Now, I really don't want to have this here, but it is necessary for structure, as this front beam here is the only one holding, this isn't actually a full plate, so there's these two, these are different plates. You can see there's a crack here. Yeah, so this, like I mentioned earlier, this beam is the only one holding it together, so I had to add something else to help with the structural integrity of it. Now, let's go through security. Over here is a metal detector. I have the colors going from green to white. Here's the X-ray. Here's a bag as well. Here's a bag that's about to go through it. And here's the computer screen where the security guy would have a look and see what's inside the bag. Now it's time to board the airplane. Before that, let's have a look at the control tower. Here is the customized control tower. Well, not really. I didn't touch this control tower. I couldn't really make it any better. I've tried changing up a few designs, having a look at incorporating some different parts. It just didn't really work out, and this I was pretty happy with it to the start. But in future, I'll be using these pieces on the bottom. I'll be turning into a fuel tank for my airport, which won't be this one. I'm planning to make a really big airport in the future. Not now, but that'll be a while. Having a look here, I added some more controls and a minifig. That's pretty much all I did to it. But I just kept the same design with the whole control tower. Let's have a look at the airplane now. Taking a look at the plane's exterior, I didn't do anything really big to it. Oh, one thing I did was I moved the wing. If you saw my speed build, the wing was actually one stud into the interior. I took it out just to add more space to the interior, and I also I relocated the engines, and on the bottom I added this yellow thing for structure. It originally was in the airplane, moved it to the outside. Again, just to increase the space of it. Let's have a look at the inside now. Starting from the tail of the airplane, here is sort of an area where cargo is stored. I kept the same principle from the other Sluban customization I did with the airplane, but I moved this divider up one stud, and I didn't make it into a door because I didn't have the pieces, so I just made it as a wall instead. Here are the 4 economy seats. Very simple. Here's a better shot of it. Yep. Now for the back one, it's taller than the rest of the seats because I added I'm not sure if you can see, but this like stud, one little stud underneath, so it would fit in. Here are business class seats. You get 2 studs worth of legroom instead of 1 with the economy. Now over here is the cockpit door. It goes all the way to the top with the cockpit roof on. Yeah, but it's sort of more of a crew area because here's a sink. I mean, if I was gonna put the sink outside, but it's just not a good view. It sort of just makes it look tacky. Here's a sink. I didn't do anything to this. It came with the set originally. I just moved it up. I changed the controls. I move it to this one thing here. It's a little bit scathed, but I had this piece and I just wanted to use it. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section what you want to see next. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.